After cruising for the last 15 years, I've unearthed 11 or so invaluable tips that could redefine your next adventure. Are you ready to cruise smarter? In this video, I'm going to be sharing the top 11 lessons I've learned from those 15 years at sea. From essential tips to surprising insights, these experiences have reshaped how I approach every cruise. Whether you're a seasoned voyager or new to cruising, these nuggets of wisdom are sure to elevate your travel adventures. And you won't want to miss the most unexpected cruising revelation I've discovered, a tip that could radically transform your future voyages. Some of these tips you're going to have heard before. Some of them hopefully will be new to you, and you'll get a nugget or two. First up, pack wisely. Everybody talks about overpacking, underpacking. I think I'm just going to start saying pack wisely. Use packing cubes for organization, efficiency. Bring what you need, but not more than you need. Things like, general packing. That's nothing new. Me personally, I've learned exactly what to pack. 7-night cruise. I bring 2 formal outfits. I bring 3 bathing suits, 4 pairs of shorts, 5 t-shirts, enough underwear and socks for the week. That's pretty much it. I would rather have to rewear a t-shirt 2 or 3 times or a pair of shorts than have 5 things that I didn't use. I don't like carrying heavy suitcases. I don't like lugging them through airports. Power strips, very important if you're allowed to have them. Depends on the crew. In general, surge protected power strips, no. Every cruise line, no. You can't bring it. Some cruise lines are beginning to not allow non-surge protected or suppressed power strips. Check with the cruise line directly. Don't spend, even if it's only 10 or 20 bucks, don't spend money on one if you're not going to be able to use it on the ship. Choosing the right cabin. A lot of people talk about this. Cheryl and I, we like aft cabins. We want to be as far from the noise as possible. We want to be as close to the wake and the ocean as we can. We like it back there because it seems to be quieter. There seems to be less traffic back and forth all the time. Now, if you get seasick, you don't want to be in an aft cabin. You don't want to be in a forward cabin. You want to be midships. That's the least amount of motion you're going to feel. When you're going to pick your cabin, if you're doing it yourself or you're doing it with your travel agent, find out what cabin numbers are available on what decks. Grab, your phone or basically go to Google, pull up a deck plan because every ship has deck plans on the web. Find out where you are front to back. Find out, are you close to the elevator? Are you close to the nightclub? Is the pool right above you? Is the main dining room right below you? Figure out where that location is and to make sure that you get the right cabin for you. Dining, my personal preference, what we like to do, early dining. We do the main dining room and we always do the 5:30 or the 6 p.m. And if I can't get that reserved before I get on board, first thing I do after muster is go right to the dining room, switch it. Now, my wife and I, we like sharing big tables with strangers. We get a kick out of meeting new people. That's arguably a part of our fun for the trip. So switching from an 8 o'clock to a 5:30 or 6 o'clock has never been an issue because we're not looking for a table of 2. Or we're not a group of 6 who need a table for 6. So it's easier for them to fit us in. The earlier you can book your dining, the better off you are, the more choices you're going to have. This goes not just for main dining room seating. This is also for specialty restaurants. Specialty restaurants get booked up. They really do. A lot of people like that experience. So, if you're booking a year ahead of time or 9 months ahead of time, find out exactly when specialty dining reservations begin to be taken and get on it. Chef's table experience, absolutely phenomenal. Every time we've done it, worth every single penny. Check it out once. You might hate it, and if so, I apologize. I think you're going to love it. Shore excursions. Oh boy, I could talk for days and have about shore excursion. Keep it short and sweet. Cheryl and I do either ship-sponsored excursions or excursions I found on Viator that have a lot of positive ratings, a lot of great feedback. We like to do either snorkeling or cultural excursion. So we usually don't have an issue finding those types of excursions in one or the other. I will not do an excursion that doesn't fit those criteria because I'm not getting stuck in the middle of the forest in Jamaica as my ship leaves because I found some Joe on the side of the road who said for $50 he'd give me a tour of the island and his car breaks down. That's just not me. I wouldn't do that. I would not risk the possibility of missing ship's movement for that. My 2 cents worth. Everybody does their own thing and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Sea days. Arguably sea days are my favorite. I love sea days because I love the ships. I love all the activities they have going on the ships. On a sea day, we're going to be at the trivia contest, doing bingo. We've even attended some art auctions, even though we're not huge art aficionados. We're at the pool. We're in the casino. We're playing mini golf. We're moving. We're hustling. We like to do everything we can on the sea days. Now, that's us. We have cruised several times with friends of ours, and they love nothing more than spend the entire day at the pool. Cool. Nothing wrong with that. That's just not how we roll. We like to do and go and see. So sea days, make sure the day before. So, say it's Tuesday, you're in Port in Jamaica. Tuesday night, you get back on the ship. You get the next day's planner. The next day's a sea day. Take 10 minutes, go through the activities, figure out what you want to do, when and where and how and all that. Because unfortunately, for Cheryl and I, there are almost always 2 or 3 things going on in that same hour, that same 90-minute period that we want to do. So we got to figure out which is, we got to schedule the day because there's so much going on. Up next, we're going to explore one of my personal favorites, something that most cruisers overlook that redefines that onboard experience. Networking opportunities, meeting people. Cheryl and I love to meet new people. That's why we always sit at tables of 6, 8, or 10 in the main dining room. When we go somewhere on the ship, we're not going to be shy introverts. We're going to say hello, how you doing, and just start talking to people. Now, if the person we're talking to makes it very evident that they don't want to be talking to us, cool, no worries, we move on. But we love to meet new people on the cruise because it makes the cruise so much more fun. We've had so many experiences that we would never have had we not met some people. I'm going to give you a couple of quick examples why we enjoy this so much. We met a couple from Scotland, day 2 of the cruise, I think it was. We missed an excursion in the morning. We won't go into that. So we ended up just hanging out at the pool in the solarium in the afternoon. Started talking with this couple from Scotland, got to know them a little bit. We enjoyed talking with them. They're really nice people. We saw them the next day, which was a sea day. They were sitting outside of the Irish pub having a pint, relaxing. We sat down, started talking with them. They invited us to meet them after dinner that night. They were meeting some friends in the piano bar. And so cool. We went and we ended up meeting their friends. Were a couple from Ireland. It was just an amazing evening talking with people from the other side of the world that we never would have met had we just sat there and did our own thing. And now, we met a couple that live in, I believe they're in Alabama now. They became our smoking buddies. We would, every time we sat down to have a cigarette, either they had saved a seat for us if they were there first, or we saved a seat for them. Just really cool. Yeah. So I'm not going to go into, I could tell you 20 more tales, but meet other people. Go to wine tastings, go to the free yoga classes, talk to people. It makes the experience that much better. Talk with the crew. The crew on these ships are truly amazing people. They leave their homeland. They leave their family for 9 or 10 months at a time, working 14, 16, 18 hours a day, 6, 7 days a week to send money back to their families. Amazing stories. Talk with them. Health and wellness. This area, I will be utterly honest with you. Every ship I go on, I go and investigate. I go check out the spa, the gym, see what fitness classes they have. But I don't really take part in them. That's just not something that I enjoy doing. But if you are into health and wellness, make sure you go check those areas out first day you're on board. See what fitness facilities they have, what spa offerings are, what classes they have, Zumba, whatever, just so you can plan your week. Make sure you stay hydrated. You expend a lot of energy on board ships. You're walking arguably more than most people walk on average at home. If you're in the Caribbean or if you're in somewhere warm, you're out in the sun. You're sweating. Make sure you stay hydrated. Most people drink more than they usually do at home when they're on board a ship. That also dehydrates you. So just make an extra effort, a conscious effort. I found that out the hard way. I didn't have to go to medical or anything, but on one of my first cruises, by the 3rd day, I could tell I was severely dehydrated. Arguably should have gone to medical to get a hydration IV, but ended up just decreasing the amount of alcohol I intook for a day or two and significantly increased the water and the juices that I intook. Deals and discounts. There are so many sales going on, so many different discounts, so many different things that the cruise lines offer. Navigating those is an art in and of itself. If you have a particular favorite cruise line, if you're a Royal Caribbean fan or Carnival or Virgin, sign up for their newsletters. They're going to start, I don't want to say spamming because you asked for it, so it's not spam, but you're going to start getting information nonstop. Do the research, figure out the details, or call your favorite travel agent and say, hey, just got an email of Virgin saying, the third and fourth guests are free. What does that mean? How do I do that? Take advantage of that. Loyalty programs for repeat cruisers. Most cruise lines, when you book a cruise with them for the first time, the minute you book that cruise, you get a loyalty number. You don't start accruing days or points until you actually get on the ship, but there are advantages to having some of the higher statuses. Usually, I think they all have, or most of them have a diamond level, give or take 75 to 100 nights at sea, 100 points, each point equivalent to one night at sea, or one day. Once you get up into that tier, you're going to start to see some bonuses come to you, whether it be free drinks for certain hours of the day, discounts on the cruise rate, discounts on excursions, a free meal here and there, things like that. Eventually, once you get up into the higher tiers, a free cruise. Safety drill, you got to do it. If you've been on a cruise, you know what I'm talking about. Muster drill, safety drill, same thing. Thank God that they've streamlined this process post-COVID. You got to watch a video, you got to watch 2 videos, usually on your phone, on the app. Once you get on board, find that muster station. First thing, don't get a drink, don't go to the bathroom, don't ooh and ah at the promenade. Find that muster station, get to it. Give them your name, your SeaPass card. They'll get you checked in. 5-minute, 10-minute spiel about how to put on a life jacket, where to go, what to do, and then you're done. That cruise ship will not leave without everybody having checked in at their muster station. You're delaying your own vacation if you don't get it over and done with to do it. And it's important to kind of have some idea if there's, an emergency in the middle of the night, where you're supposed to go. Budget-friendly tips. I do not go out and buy new formal wear attire for every single formal night on cruises. I have 2 or 3 good quality sport coats and slacks, dress slacks, a couple of button-down shirts. Arguably, rewear them on every formal. Well, each cruise I go on, I bring 2 outfits for formal nights. If we have 3, we have 4. Well, I'm, mixing and matching. I bring those same ones on almost every trip. I don't want to spend the extra money to go out and buy. Now, some people do. That's kind of a special thing to them, and I'm not saying not to. For me, I don't want to spend my money on that. Okay. Utilize the included amenities on the ship. There's 100,000. Well, no, that's exaggeration. There are a ton of things that are already included. Okay. You don't have to spend a dime extra once you're on board. Look at the planner, look at the app, see what's included, see what's not included. Porch stops. Porch stops is arguably the one place where you're going to spend extra cash. Plan for it, budget for it. When you put together that cruise, say, okay, we like to collect magnets from each port. Okay, so we know we're spending $5 to $10 there. We like to sit down after, a tour or whatever at a local bar, enjoying the view and having a drink. Okay, so there's another $10 or $20. Okay. Plan for those activities. Don't be surprised and don't show up in Jamaica with no money to spend. We've come a long way, but the best is yet to come. This was an unexpected revelation. When choosing itinerary, choose consecutive sea days. Think repositioning cruises. Think 10, 12, 14 night cruises. Couple of reasons. One, sea days, even though like I said earlier, we do a lot of activities, sea days are about relaxation for me. And that's why I go on a cruise. To smell the ocean, to listen to the ocean, and unwind from a very busy life at home. You're going to find consecutive sea days more often than not on those longer cruises, the repositioning cruises. So 10 night, 12 night, 20 night, 35 night, if you can do that. That was a shocker to me because, when I started cruising, it's like, oh, I want to see island, I want to go. Now I find myself almost, not quite, but almost like, okay, let's get this port day over with because I know tomorrow's a sea day. Not quite that bad, but figure that out about yourself. Some people, they want one sea day and then a cruise day, or, a port day and then a sea day, things like that. Nothing wrong with that. Just figure out what what you prefer, what you and your significant other, if you have one that you travel with, how you like to cruise. And then look for that and only book that. There you have it. These 11 tips truly transformed my cruising experience, and I hope they help you too. So each time you embark on a new journey, remember these nuggets for a smoother, more enjoyable adventure. So if you love learning those 11 insights from all my years at sea, then discover if your suitcase is set to sabotage your cruise. Are you packing all wrong? That awaits you